Hello, everybody. It's me, Big Pauly. Who else could it be? Yes, I thought I'd just go live for a little while, just for an hour or so. That's why I've called the stream Spare Time Stream. Yes. We do have a few people in here. It's just me today, nobody else. One real nerd. Hello. Let me know if the volume's all right. If not, I'll have to take it off Wi-Fi and put it on data plan. Hello, Harry. How you doing? Or Harry. And Wayne is here. Hello, Wayne. And also AJ is here. Hello, AJ. Hoping to get AJ on the stream soon. We also have Sam 454. Yep. And we also have Matthew. Hello, Matt. How you doing, mate? Look, yeah. Do you want to see even more cozy? No, look, just like a hoodlum doing it like that now. Hi, Drew. Yeah, I'm well, thank you very much. Richard is here. Apologies if I mispronounce this. I'm going to have a go at your surname. Sipniewski, is it? And a happy new year to you too as well. Yeah, I think the echo was on Pete's end, pardon, on the stream the other day. I think maybe Pete have had his volume quite high. Pete is here as well, Playtendo guy. I hope to get Pete on the live stream if he's willing at one point. I'm going to change the streams up a little bit, the Sunday streams. The open mic option sounded a good idea at the time, but they can get a bit manic with everybody talking at the same time, especially when you've got like 7 or 8 people. So I'm figuring that I'm going to continue doing me one-on-ones with a special guest and solo ones, and maybe 1 or 2 people. I think that'll probably be best. 4 at the most, but I think we'd have to sort of like do a rotation on answering the questions rather than everybody splurting in. I think that's the best thing, because it just gets a bit out of control. Hi, Steve-O. How you doing? And, of course, we've got Butts Unplugged. We always have Butts Unplugged. And Horror Boy is here. Hello. In case you're wondering why I'm looking down rather than just doing that, I'm using my iPad because it makes it easier for these impromptu ones. Yes, it will be cool, AJ. Hopefully, maybe I can get Matt V's movies on as well at some point. There's still a whole host of tubers that I haven't actually had on my streams. Plus, I might revisit some older ones as well that I haven't had on in a long time. Evander's here. Hello, matey. I did get a chance to watch your Halloween Blu-ray hunt. Brilliant as normal. That poor bloke in HMV, though, I thought he was going to jump back in an astonishment. I take it that was actually a natural reaction, and it wasn't a member of the staff. But yeah, that was funny. That was funny. But I think if I'd been the bus driver, I would have pooed my pants if he was sitting on the back of the bus. Steve Lang is here. Hello, Steve. Would you consider bringing back your trailer reactions? Could have done with a Mando trailer reaction today. Yeah, haven't done one for quite a while. I probably will, maybe with the bigger films. I didn't do one with Indiana Jones, I don't think, but maybe some of the other bigger films. The problem with the trailer reactions is that everybody on YouTube does them, and it's nice to talk about what you see in the trailer, but you can never get a true representation of what the film's going to be. It can be a bit misleading. You start talking about, oh, this bit in the trailer, and it ends up that bit's not even in the film. But I know what you mean, trailer reactions. Also, sometimes copyright's a bit tricky as well, because even if you don't have any audio on, well, you have to have audio on really to see the trailer reaction. But some studios are a bit funny. I have been nabbed up by the collar before. But I did, talking to the Mando, I saw the Mando trailer. It looks really good. Really excited for that. HGL Media's here. Hello. Hey, Pauly, are you planning to see Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania in IMAX? I probably will. Do you know what? Because I've got a Cineworld Unlimited card. If you've got Cineworld, you probably know that they changed the way the Unlimited card works so that you can only use it in certain Cineworlds. You can't use it in every Cineworld around the country. You know, you've got like 3 tiers, I think it is. 3 tiers. I think mine is like group 2. Oh no, mine I think is group 1 maybe. And then Ashford, where the IMAX is group 2. So I would have to pay an extra £4 or £5 a month to use the IMAX. I just pay an upcharge. It's £6 for the IMAX. You know, I don't use the IMAX every week, so I present me Unlimited card. The normal price would be about 20 quid, but I only have to pay 6 quid. So I'm perfectly happy with that for the amount of times that I use the IMAX. But that is definitely one film that I will be watching in IMAX. Possibly IMAX 3D as well, I'm hoping. I think probably my next IMAX trip will be Titanic. I think that's out next month, isn't it? To be completely honest, exactly. Sup. Wayne says, I'm glad you like Megan. Yeah, I really did enjoy it. I've not seen all the Chucky films. You know, I've only seen the first Child's Play. I do have them all now, so I can just whisk through them all. And I felt that this was going to be the same type of thing. It was a little bit different, a bit like AI as well. But like I said in my review, the ending kind of reminded me of the Terminator 2. You know, the T800 versus the T1000. I'm not going to say what it is because in case anybody hasn't seen it, but there's kind of a fight scene towards the end of the film. But it's kind of like a showdown. The showdown that everybody wanted for Halloween Ends. Horror Boy says, I'm going to the pantomime on Thursday with my school. That's cool. Some pantomimes actually go into February, don't they? I always thought pantomimes were just for Christmas season. You know, they start like beginning of December and end first week in January, but apparently there's pantomimes later. Not that I've been to one for a long time. Apparently I got Richard's name right. Yay! First time for everything, I suppose. I don't think the echo is always on Pete's end. It could have been because we had so many people in the stream and it was just bouncing about a bit. Because normally when you get a lot of people on a stream, some people wear headphones. I mean, I tried it with headphones, but it didn't make any difference my end, you know, being the host. But I think maybe Pete had his volume up a bit loud and maybe it was bouncing off some other people. Mama Blu-ray is here. Hello, Mama Blu-ray. I hope you're doing well. And Papa Blu-ray as well. And give my love to Susan. Yeah, the open mics did get a little bit too much, especially the last one. There was a lot of comments on the last one, a lot of slagging off and a lot of bad mouthing about people and things like that. And everybody's entitled to their opinions, but it can get a bit dodgy at times. And for that 2-hour stream, 2.5-hour stream, we probably talked about movies for about 10% of the entire stream, which is not why I started these streams. So that's why sometimes it's always good to do a solo stream, because you can then, you know, answer the questions directly, talk about them, but also with a guest as well, because it's just you two. I think it works probably better just two people on a stream. And as for Pete, I'm definitely not going to be up for an 8-hour stream, mate. But I definitely want to get you on here if you want to come on at some point. But I did send you a message on, was it Messenger? I think it was Messenger. But you know, when I do my streams, I do them on Sundays. So let me know if any Sunday's good for you. Harry Scott Plays is here. I don't know what he plays though. Harry says, how many Godzilla movies? What have I got? Well, I haven't got any of the originals, you know, the man in a rubber suit ones. Probably I've got the 1998 one, although that's probably considered not to be a Godzilla film. It's kind of just like dinosaurs roaming around, giant dinosaurs. If you talk to a real Godzilla fan, like Jason. But yeah, I've got the 1998, plus I got Gareth Edwards one. Was that 2014 or 2016? I think it was 2014. And then Godzilla v Kong and King of the Monsters and Skull Island and all that. So all that kind of era of movies. But I've never seen any of the originals, the like 50s and 60s ones. I don't know if they really appeal to me. It looks a bit artificial for me, you know, just you can tell it's a man in a rubber suit. It might just be me. Maybe I just need to sit down and watch one. Kyle is here. Hello, Kyle. Just got my HMV Black Adam Steelbook and Halloween Ends 4K today. That's pretty good. As we speak, my Blu-ray hunt is actually being uploaded. So hopefully, it's been really slow uploading today. So hopefully that will be uploaded around about 6ish. I can get the video up. Butts remain unplugged. Is that Jihu81? Hello. Matt asks, what did you think of Andor? I really enjoyed it. I really did. Do you know what? Out of all of the Star Wars TV shows, there's really not been one that's been crap. I know people were pooing all over Obi-Wan, but I really enjoyed Obi-Wan. I thought it was a great show. Okay, you know, they brought in Princess Leia. Oh, sorry if anybody hasn't seen it. You know, when she was young. And then that brings up the questions of like, well, surely they know each other, you know, and then, you know, the whole continuation, the continuity and that sort of thing. But I think you just have to let go at certain times and then just enjoy the ride. I enjoyed Book of Boba Fett. I thought that was good. Although I happen to like the last 3 episodes of the Book of Boba Fett more than the first ones, probably because Mando was in it. Yeah, going back to that. Andor, yeah, I thought it was a really good show. Really good show. Really enjoyed it. And I can't wait for the next series. BD, hello. Nocature, hello. Have ordered those Halloween Ends steelbooks. I haven't, no. I decided to go with just the 4K rather than the steelbook because I haven't got any of the other Halloween films in steelbook form, so went for the 4Ks. AJ says, just edited my Defending a Dud episode, Batman and Robin. Oh, that should be an interesting one. Sure, we will get back. Yeah, oh yeah, Battlefield Earth, definitely got to get onto Battlefield Earth. But so far as people not liking Batman and Robin, you know, it's the dud of the Batman movies. It is enjoyable from a certain point of view. I mean, I watch it for Arnie. That's my main focus. It's just a corny, cheesy Arnie flick in a way. But some plug wants to know if I would like a sausage roll. Not today, even though I did go past Greg's earlier on. Horror Boy says, what is your favourite Michael Jackson song? Mine is all of them. There you go. Beat It. It's probably Beat It. And Thriller, probably. It's got so many. Daniel Moore, hello. I saw Living the other day. What a performance by Bill Nye. I saw Living. What? There's a film called Living, or I Saw Living. I'm not sure. Or maybe the film's called Living the Other Day. I don't know. I haven't heard of that one. I'm sorry, I don't know that one. Harry Scott plays Making After Batman 2. Yeah, I kind of fall in the same category with Batman as AJ does. That first time round, didn't really enjoy it. Not because the Batman market has been saturated. It just, because it played out as a detective movie based on like the comics. I kind of was expecting what we had with the Nolan films. But I did re-watch it though. I did enjoy it more the second time. So maybe a third time I'll like it even more. I know there's a Penguin, I think there's a Penguin TV show coming. So that'll be interesting. Butts Unplugged says, how long was you stuck in traffic for? Overall, it was about 2.5 hours. Yeah. And it was starting to get really cold. I really thought I was going to be there until early hours of the morning. And I didn't want to be running my engine for like 5 hours to keep warm. I'd have to keep turning the engine on and off, just to keep the heaters going. But what it was, the northbound road on the motorway, that's where the crash happened. And it was a crash between two lorries. And the cabs were just demolished, totally demolished. And it was a stretch where they've got a coning off procedure because of where they stack the lorries on the motorway for the port, and there's a 50-mile-an-hour limit, and it stopped all the traffic going from like Dover way to London, so northbound, whereas the southbound road was completely clear, which is the road I was on, but they had to stop the traffic so that they could land the air ambulance several times because there was nowhere near other than the fields to land it. As soon as that air ambulance landed the third time and took off, they just let all the southbound traffic go. As for the northbound traffic, it was still all there, probably about 10 miles worth of traffic as I was driving down the road. So I think it would have taken a little bit of time for them to clear the crap away. So I don't know how long they stayed there. But yeah, I'm glad it was only 2.5 hours. Pete says, have you checked out The Last of Us? Definitely worth checking out, as you don't need knowledge. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I mean, I was expecting kind of like a Walking Dead scenario. The first half an hour, wow, the first half an hour was just so frantic and so gripping, edge of the seat stuff. And I can't believe what they did to one of those characters. I'm not going to say in case anybody's seen it, but I thought that character was going to go through it, with the main character. Not playing the game. I've never played the game, so I've not approached this series with knowledge of the game. But I know a lot of people are crapping all over it because of maybe the main character is not Hispanic, if you know what I mean, and there's other characters that are not in the game. But you have to evolve. You have to develop the game, I think, beyond it, especially if you're going to do a series, and especially if it's going to be a long-running series. But overall, yeah, I really enjoyed it. Ethan Jordan is here. Hello, Ethan. What is your opinion of the Bad Batch show? I actually haven't seen a single episode of the Bad Batch yet. I know it's like second series, I think, but yeah, I haven't got round to watching those. Pete says, you getting any more HMV premiums, as it seems like HMV is phasing them out? It does seem that way. There hasn't been any announcements for flipping ages. I'm not like Kermit, you know, I don't pick up every single one of them to complete the numerical order. I just cherry pick here and there of films that I know that I like or I enjoy. So I've only got probably about 13 or 14. There might be a few more I'll pick up maybe on the next sale, you know, when they do the 2 for 15. But at the moment, there's nothing I'm planning to pick up at the moment. To be completely honest, says I want to see Babylon. No, that is actually a trailer I've not seen for that film, so I have no knowledge of it. All I know is that Brad Pitt and Margot Robbie in it. That's it. And I might leave it that way. You know, I've got another, I don't know, is it open now or does it open on Friday? I was going to say, if it's open now at the cinema, then I've got another 2 days off work. So I might just pop to the cinema and watch it if it's showing. Be nice for a change to actually go into a film having not seen anything about it or even the trailer. HTL Media says, just be warned, and I know you're not a big fan, but Titanic is being presented in IMAX in 4K 3D. So some scenes will be in high frame rate, 48 frames per second. I did hear about that, yeah. I hope the whole film's not in high frame rate. I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be something like when the ship breaks apart, maybe. Or when it hits the iceberg, some scenes like that, as long as it's not too jarring. Because I found some of those scenes in Avatar 2 were very janky, especially when that speedboat hit the rock and it just flipped over. It looked something out of a PlayStation game. And yeah, I don't get on with it. It could be just be my eyes, but I really don't get on with it. I've never liked high frame rate. The Hobbit was one of the worst experiences I ever had, and I think The Hobbit was entirely in high frame rate. That's why I've always been a bit on the edge about watching the 4K for Gemini Man, because I think that's mainly all high frame rate as well. I just hope Cameron doesn't decide to release all of the other Avatar films filmed entirely in high frame rate, because I'd probably miss them at the cinema then. About some plugs, I would like a Chucky and Toy Story crossover. That'd be interesting, actually. Do you know what I actually said in my review? I was talking about Megan. There should have been like a Megan and Chucky crossover, like was it Freddy v Jason or something like that? It could have been an entertaining film. Matt says Titanic will be fantastic in 4K 3D. I did see the 1080p version in 3D before the Blu-ray release. Yeah, I think James Cameron oversaw that personally, and it's one of the better post-conversions, because you know they can crap all over 3D, but I think when Cameron wants to do a 3D film, he makes sure that it's done to its highest degree. So I'm looking forward to watching it. And my IMAX has got laser projectors as well, so that could be pretty good. True Action Star of the Dales, hello. Hope you're well. Sorry for my outspoken behaviour the other day. It got a little bit heated in the comments, not just from you, but from a lot of people. So, yeah, don't worry about it. Sometimes we all get a bit more vocal than maybe we plan to. Yeah. One Real Nerd says, don't drink coffee and stream. Exactly, yes. I will be having One Real Nerd on as a guest, either the following Sunday or maybe in a couple of Sundays' time. So we'll have a good chat about coffee stains on the carpet. Another Matthew says, you're looking forward to Spielberg's new film? I am. Yeah, The Fabelmans. No, it's been available on streaming in various places online for the last couple of weeks or so, but I've made it a point that this is a film that I want to see on the big screen. You know, it's a Spielberg film. It looks great, and you'd get the better reaction watching it on the big screen rather than streaming it on one of these dodgy sites. Matthew Nichols wants to know, have you done your homework? Do I look that young that I'm still at school? I'm probably not. Yeah, and coffee spills as well. Yeah, exactly. Joseph says, I got Paramount Plus, and do you know Australia planes from London to Sydney? Did you know Australia planes from London to Sydney? People do lose weight and eat healthy meals. It's called Project Sunrise. Okay. Okay, all right. What's Paramount Plus got to do with it? Or is it a program? Is it a program about flying from London to Sydney? I'm not sure. Daniel says the panto that Ian McKellen is in is with John Bishop. Is touring until April. See, I never knew pantomimes actually went on for that long. To be completely honest, says my advice: keep open mics, but 2 people limit. That could be a good idea, yeah. Harry is going to showcase on my birthday to see Megan. Awesome. I think my nearest showcase is Blue Water. I've actually never been in it, but I do believe there is an IMAX there. Joseph says, I'm going to MCM Comic Con this year and Olympia in November. Yeah, I was looking at some of those guests as well. I tell you what, though, of all the Comic Cons that show up on Facebook and that, the one that seems to always draw me in, but I still never go because of distance and stuff like that, is the one in Wales. They seem to get flipping great guests. So I don't know, maybe I'll just take a whole weekend and take a couple of days and just take a road trip down there and stay in a hotel maybe. But yeah, the last couple of ones that they've done in Wales, there's been probably five or six guests per convention that I wouldn't have minded meeting. Godzilla show era. Yeah, see, I'm not familiar with all of that stuff, all of the old 50s, 60s era. So I'm only familiar with the movies. Joseph says, I quite gutted Crossroads best episode is out on February. Email Network release, full set on Amazon. Crossroads. When did Crossroads end? I can't bloody remember. That's got to be decades ago, isn't it? Michael Myers Halloween. Hello. Halloween Ends Blu-ray release date 2023. Yeah, yesterday. Monday. Evander says, got Mikey here. He says, hello, Pauly, but in a heavy breathing translation, he's back in the closet. Oh, is he really? I hope you took the knife off him, though. That was funny. Joseph says, I eat in healthy dinners. I still eat sweets and cake. I cut him down on then chips. Yeah. I mean, you can mix and match, can't you? That's what I'm doing. I'm keeping it healthy, but I'm having the odd treat every now and again. Otherwise, your life gets boring. What? Your life's not boring enough as it is. Matthew says, I'm sorry if I put fresh fruit and ice cream in a blender. What happens when I get the milk from the fridge freezer? Do you know what? That's the same comment that we had on the stream the other day, and I still don't understand it. Joseph says, I'm looking forward to that 90s show this weekend. Okay. He's also watching Crown Court on Talking TV. Blimey, that's a blast from the past. Heartbeat DVDs are £109 each on Amazon. Is that the Nick Berry Heartbeat? I don't know any other Heartbeat, actually. So maybe it is, but never saw that actually, personally. Luke is here from Luke's Movies and TV. Hello, mate. What did you think of The Last of Us? Obi-Wan Kenobi wasn't that good than I expected it to be. I thought it would be a new Jedi story with Obi-Wan Kenobi. I did touch upon this a little bit earlier on. Yeah, I've seen Last of Us. Absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved Obi-Wan Kenobi as well. Just love the whole Star Wars universe, really. There's very little Star Wars that disappoints me. Unfortunately, when it comes to Marvel, the only Marvel show that I've really disliked is She-Hulk. It just didn't work. It just didn't work for me. Might work for other people, you know. I'm happy if they enjoyed it, but I thought the CGI was terrible, and the stories were just weak. But that's just my opinion. Sophie is here from Sophie's Retro Reviews. Hello there. Absolutely. And yes, we hope to meet up definitely with you and Jeffon. It's my French coming in again. Michael Myers Halloween says Scream 6 theatres March the 31st. Is that when it's out? I don't know. I haven't looked for a release date for that. Joseph, looking forward to new seasons of Futurama and Deal or No Deal game show and X Factor. I don't think you'll find X Factor. I think that got binned. Cal binned that, didn't he? Deal or No Deal. That was the one with Noel Edmonds, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure with the red boxes. Who's doing that now then? Josh Bond is here, not James. Hope you're doing well. Yes, I am. Thank you very much. I have seen The Mandalorian Season 3 trailer. Yeah, really enjoyed it. Super Mario Land in Universal Studios. Do you know what? There is that Super Mario film coming out. I believe it's this year, but I've not seen the trailer for it. But I never played any of the Super Mario games, so I'm going to be sort of like attaching that one as a standalone film. I am familiar with the characters though. Plus also that one, Bob Hoskins and is it John Leguizamo? Bob Hoskins and whoever it was. Joseph wants to see Indiana Jones, Destiny and Inside Out. Yeah, some good films coming up. Oh, oh, hello. Don't want to lose any of the comments here. King Sniper 07 is here. Hi, Paul. How are you now? I'm good. Thank you very much. Joseph says, I want Catweasel and On the Buses on Blu-ray by Network and The Sooty Show on DVD. AJ is talking about TV shows on Blu-ray in the future. There's a lot of there's a lot of old TV shows. Catweasel. I don't think I ever watched that. But On the Buses, I would have thought On the Buses is available on DVD, isn't it? That's not to say that it's not going to come on Blu-ray. I mean, we've got some more Carry On films coming on Blu-ray now. They released like the young ones. You know, we've had 40 Towers. So, you know, who knows what's coming next. I want Only Fools and Horses, the whole collection on Blu-ray, you know, right from the beginning. Joseph says, I think Moana and Frozen should get TV series on Disney Plus and Sleeping Beauty Animated should get a sequel. It probably will happen. You know what Disney are like, churning out TV shows based on their popular films or remakes. So who knows? There probably will be one. Luke says, I never liked Book of Boba until Mando came in, episodes 5, 6 and 7. The last 3 episodes was amazing. That tells you something about Mando, doesn't it? That tells you that it's a quality top show and that everybody really likes it. Actually, that's a good option. Actually, I would like a Woody and Jessie film spin-off from Toy Story. Yeah, I think that would probably be a Disney Plus film, maybe an exclusive. Jim Jam Movies and TV is here. James is here. Hello, matey. Hope you're doing well. HDL Media says you are correct about The Hobbit. The entire films are in high frame rate. And don't panic, Cameron only plans to do selected scenes of Avatar or maybe Titanic, you mean, in high frame rate. Yeah, and maybe all the other films to come. Yeah, and I do remember that only The Hobbit I saw with high frame rate. I never saw the other two films. I don't know if they were released in high frame rate or maybe there was too many complaints and they just ditched it for the other two. Bristolian Dave is here. All right, my babbers. You got any more boxes to sort through, mate, or was that it? Ashley Cashcall, I have inbox you on Facebook Messenger. Okay, I'll check that out after the stream. Luke says, Joseph, Toy Story will never happen because Tom Hanks, who plays Woody, says I will never do another Toy Story film or short. Unless the payday's right, I should imagine, because you never know. You never know. Darius Asadi is here. Hello, Darius. Do you read any books? No, not really. I used to back in the day before I had YouTube, before I started the YouTube channel. But to be perfectly honest, the YouTube channel takes a lot of my time up, and with work as well, going to the cinema, going Blu-ray hunting. I really don't get time to do a lot of reading. The only reading, really, to be perfectly honest, that I get round to, I was down there, is my Home Cinema Choice magazine. That's about it. Jim Jam says, what's your next film you're watching at home? Where are we? I might re-watch Black Adam. And I had this through the post this morning, Vengeance, from Publicity Company. So I'll check that one out. I'll review that one and check that one out. But I know me Blu-ray hunting video isn't up yet, but you're going to get a sneak peek before everybody else. I'm giving away a Black Adam steelbook in the contest. So check that out when that comes up. He's plugging his videos again. But other than that, I don't really know. Still got some to go through. I probably might check on some of those carry-on films that were sent to me. Oh, right, okay. Check out on YouTube Project Sunrise. Okay. Jim Jam says, what's your favourite film based on musicians? I think Bohemian Rhapsody. Yeah. My two favourite, Bohemian Rhapsody and Rocket Man. Both of those. Love them both. Bristolian Dave says, don't close off the open mic yet, Pauly. I ain't got on with you yet. Well, we could do a duo, without the open mics. I was just thinking of, ending the open mics where it had more than like 2 or 3 people, because it gets a bit outrageous. Outrageous. Jim Jam says, why oh why when I decided not to film, you find pickups. It's usually the case, isn't it? Daniel says, Wales Comic Con really annoyed me. It shouldn't be called that anymore because it's held in Telford in England. Oh, is it? Oh, I didn't know that. Forgive my geography ignorance, but how far is Telford from Wales? I don't know. The answer is, oh, it makes milkshake. Okay. If someone's just come in there and seen that comment, they're like, what makes milkshake? Jim Jam says, I watched the network release of Stars in Your Eyes. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Jim Jam says, do you plan on picking up anything before network sale end on Friday? I wasn't planning to. I haven't had a good look, though. So I might have to go on there and have a look. Bristolian Dave says, we all know the Star Wars sequel trilogy was terrible. It's got its good points. It's got its good moments, you know, like any trilogy. But the original Star Wars trilogy is the best and will always be the best. And I'll fight anybody who disagrees. Matthew says, do you remember this famous line from a famous movie? You've got a train to catch. You're not coming up with all the most memorable lines now. I think you plugged one to me the other day. Off the top of my head, no, I can't think of it. One Real Nerd says, I have Super Mario on my retro arcade systems. Fantastic. Oh, I remember, you know, growing up in the 80s, especially living in Dover where I am now, where, you know, we had 3 or 4 amusement arcades. I would just go in, I'd play, you know, the big cabinets, Joust, Tron with the dial, all the favourites, Missile Command. Probably the one that I spent most of my time on was the Star Wars one, the wireframe one, where you have to fly the X-Wing down into the trench and, you know, blow up the Death Star. Just wireframe graphics. And it used to be a cabinet where you sat down. So you sat down in it and you had an X-Wing steering wheel, you know, fighter pilot type steering wheel. So, yeah, that was, it used to be 10 pence a go, I think, back in the day. Flipping Norma. Yeah, that's cheap. Michael Myers Halloween says, The Nun, 2nd of September. Oh, The Nun 2, September 8th, 2023. I need to see The Nun 1 first. The Nun 1. Yeah, because that's another one of the Conjuring series, isn't it? So I've only seen the first 2 Conjuring films. I still need to see Conjuring 3. Mr. Godfather 1981. What do you think of the Rocky Steelbooks? I think they are very poor myself. They're okay. There does seem to be a bit of a difference in the design than the ones they have in America. I seem to have a bit more colour in them. I think I'm probably going to go with the slipcovers, though. You're not going to get Rocky 5 and Rocky Balboa matching steelbooks. That's the thing. So it's going to be a bit odd. Luke says the next Star Wars film will be out in 2026 because Star Wars TV shows are still happening, but the film is coming out in 2026. But I won't be with anyone. It won't be with anyone you know. Well, yeah, that was the talk, wasn't it, about going back further in time and maybe the beginning of the Sith or the Old Republic or something. So I don't know. So yeah, they need to step away from the, you know, the Skywalker saga, the whole era of that, and bring us something brand new. Russell is here. Hello, Russell. That's what I do with a paper bag. I'm sorry if you have answered this already, but will your Blu-ray hunt be uploaded today? Yes, it will. As long as my Wi-Fi gets its arse in gear. Yeah. It's currently uploading as we talk, so it's uploading on the phone. So it should hopefully be up by about 6 o'clock. AJ says, I enjoyed Black Adam. Nothing original, but was fun. Yeah. That's the thing with a lot of these superhero films. We've had so many different scenarios and so many different type of characters that it's difficult to come up with something original now. And it's a bit like what you said, AJ, in your review of The Last of Us, is that it feels like it's The Walking Dead. You know, it feels like it's 1,000 TV shows and films we've seen before. The beginning of The Last of Us actually reminded me of the very first episode of Fear the Walking Dead, when the whole outbreak started and the whole panic and running around. So I'm hoping they inject something a little bit more familiar or a little bit more different than what we're used to, because it's like, well, I can't remember who it was. It was in the Lady in the Water, M. Night Shyamalan's Lady in the Water. There was a bloke that stayed at the building. He was a movie critic. And he said the problem with Hollywood is that there's no original ideas anymore. I think that's probably the best line in the whole film. Daniel says Telford is 61 miles away from the Welsh border. Okay, so it's pretty much from where I am to maybe London, on the outskirts of London. Why don't they just call it the Telford Comic Con then? Matthew says Dr. Octopus says you have a train to catch when he breaks the gear on the train. Oh, Spider-Man 2. Yeah, now I can hear it. Wow, One Real Nerd says I have Tron joysticks and spinners too. Fantastic. Yeah, I used to spend a lot of time on that game. Super Piranha Puppet. What a name. That's a great name. Big Pauly, what's your opinion on David Tennant returning to Doctor Who? I'm really excited for it. Yeah. He's not playing the same Doctor that, you know, he played previously, a different incarnation of it. But it's going to be really interesting to see what they're going to do with it. And I'm glad Russell T Davies is back, because that was when Doctor Who was at its best. So, although I am a little bit confused about the character of Rose, because, you know, we already had Rose with Billie Piper. So, yeah, I'm a little bit confused of what her character is going to be, or who she's... I think, is it Donna's daughter, maybe? I think it might be Donna's daughter. Butts Unplugged. I picked up 2 Disney shop framed prints from my local charity shop yesterday, Beauty and the Beast and Bambi, with the Disney shop seal in the bottom right-hand corner. Oh, okay. It's a shame can't just walk into a Disney store now. I think there's only like 2, I think. I think there's the main one in London, and I think maybe there's one in Ireland, perhaps. Because there used to be a Disney store in Bluewater, and that shop is still empty. There's still nothing in it. Kel's here. Hello. Just want to say you're looking good. Well, thank you very much. Oh, dear me. John Hooper's here. Hello, John. My Matrix 4K Deja Vu box set came today, but the case has a big dent. Have emailed Zavi, so we'll see what they say. Yeah, do that. Is it the metal tin? Are you talking about the metal tin? Because that's usually packed really well inside another box. But stick with it with Zavi. You know, they'll probably come back and say, oh, sorry about that. We'll offer you 15% refund, or we'll offer you 5% refund, and say, no, you don't want a refund. Say you want what you paid for, and just stick with it. And they'll probably say, well, sell the other one that you've got and we'll send you a new one. Yeah, stick to your guns. Matthew says, do you remember this famous line from a famous movie? I'm light as a feather. I'm the... Oh, yes, I'm the Baker Light girl. Yes. Yes, there will not be a Black Adam 2. What's the point? Because they're shaking the old DCU up, aren't they? Even the post-credit scene is just worthless now. It's just crap. You know, now that old Henry Cavill's out as Superman, yeah, it's just pointless. Rustle in a bag. Never heard of that one before. Yeah, I'm sure. It's almost as if I've Never did 5 years of secondary school. Luke's Movies and TV. Star Wars and Disney Plus are making a new series called Acolyte. Never heard of it. Just looking on Google the other day and I saw this. Any thoughts on it? There's quite a lot of, well, there were quite a lot of Star Wars shows that were in the planning. You know, when Disney unveiled everything at the, is it the D23, I think it's called, or the D22, whatever their convention is. And they had everything from that. They had, you know, the Rogue Squadron, which I don't know if that's ever going to happen now. Was that Patty Jenkins, I think, was going to be directing that, but I don't think she's involved in that anymore. We have oh no, I've got AJ's problem. Mind block. Oh God, what? Oh, how can I forget? Rosario Dawson. I've forgotten the bloody character's name. And the character was in the Clone Wars. With the long ears, the long bits. You know who I'm talking about. There's a live action series of that coming as well. But I can't remember her name. I've forgotten her name. I'm sure someone will put it in the comments for me. David Griffiths. Hello, David. Is it me, or does every DC film end fighting a big fire demon monster? Seems that way, doesn't it? Yeah. They seem to get to a bit, what should we do for the ending? Luke's Movies and TV. My mum is so happy that David Tennant is Doctor Who again. Yeah, I think that's going to be a ratings bomb, actually. Not crap bomb, but ratings bomb. Explosion, I should say, maybe. Because most people love David Tennant as a Doctor. David says that I buy 4K because I like the cover most time. I don't even like the film. I detest slim covers. Slip covers or slim covers? Ahsoka. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Thank you, Steve. Yes, the Ahsoka series. That's going to be good. Michael Myers Halloween says, sick. Peacock 2023 movie. Good. Yeah, haven't seen that. Jamie did a review on that. Harry says, when are you going to the cinema to see Plane? When it opens next week, isn't it? I think it's next week. Oh yeah, I'll definitely be going to check that one out. You know, I like the traditional Gerard Butler action flick. I think he's tagged on to success. Well, not successful, but having a good resume along the lines of Liam Neeson. You know, just churn out an action film every couple of years and you'll be fine, and you'll be well paid for it. But I do hear that there is going to be another Has Fallen film. Olympus has fallen, London has fallen, Angel has fallen. I think the next one is the next one about the vice president or something. I can't remember. But yeah, apparently there is going to be another one, unless they've canned it, of course. One Real Nerd says they need to bring out a TV series about the Doctor's daughter. Funny, David is married to the actress who played in it. Yeah. Yes, I remember that. Apparently, I am a handsome man. Whatever. Do you have ITVX and what do you think of it? I think I can get it on Sky, but never watch it. It's just the ITV hub, isn't it? Yeah, never watch it. Luke says Star Wars fans are thinking that they will make Obi-Wan Kenobi season 2 and 3, but 3 will be the last season. Fans are speculating. I don't think they will. I think they will do a season 2 because the way the first season ended with that magical appearance by Qui-Gon himself. Don't know about season 3. Maybe they'll just keep it at 2 seasons. What's that? Oh, hang on. Matthew says, do you remember this famous line from a famous movie, You're My Eyes and Ears? You've got lots of famous lines. Yeah, I don't know all of them. So, You're My Eyes and Ears. You're My Eyes and Ears. I'm just trying to remember that one. I've got it ringing around in my head, but I can't remember what it's from. Butts Unplugged says, do you think 4K will be the last format? For now. Personally, I don't think there's any point in 8K unless it's for sporting events on massive screens. But for the home, it's absolutely pointless, I think, for 8K. I think the next big step up, the next big jump would be holographic movies in the room. So you just have like a little disc, like Star Trek, put it in the player, and a beamer light comes up in the middle of the room, and you've got the 3D image. That's the next move. Don't think it will happen in my lifetime, though. Or maybe not. I don't know. Hayden Christensen is returning as Anakin for flashback scenes for Ahsoka. Pretty good. Luke says Plane was absolutely amazing. Have you seen it already? Is it out? I didn't know it was out yet. Apparently, according to Harry, Scream 6 trailer gets released on the 19th. Steve says Darth Maul should be the villain in Obi-Wan 2 after his cameo in Solo. Yeah, that never went anywhere, did it? And from what I remember, I think Alden Ehrenreich, I think, was actually contracted for like 4 or 5 things after Solo, whether they be films or TV shows. So there's no reason why they couldn't do the continuing adventures of Solo on Disney Plus, maybe. No, it's possible. Transformers Rise of the Beasts, June the 9th. There's a lot coming out this year. I think we're going to spend most of the year in the cinema. Steve says, do you think they'll ever do IMAX DVDs? No. Did they originally? I think they may have done originally, you know, like the IMAX documentaries on DVD. I can't remember. I just remember seeing like a DVD case with IMAX written along the top of it. But although DVDs are outselling every other format, still, I think for most of us collectors and most of us film fanatics, I think DVDs are kind of like on the lower end now. And, you know, everything that everybody goes to is Blu-ray and 4K. Spider-Man says it to Jamie Foxx, Electro, you're my eyes and ears. Luke says Ahsoka trailer is out on September the 1st. Doesn't look good. How do you know if it ain't out yet? Dominic's here. Hello, Dominic. And also Last Chance Chairs. Hello. Butts Unplugged says, with all the streaming services available, do you think cinemas will die off? No. No, there will always be people wanting to go back to the cinemas. There'll always be studios wanting to make the biggest blockbuster that will bring the crowds in. The crowds in. I mean, look at Avatar 2. It's approaching 2 billion. No one thought Avatar 2 was going to make 2 billion. You know, people were thinking it might struggle with 1 billion. But as long as technology is there and stories are there, I mean, most cinemas now are more than just cinemas. You know, you've got lounges to sit in. You've got armchairs. You've got sofas. You know, you've got recliners. You've got the latest state-of-the-art, you know, visuals, the sound system. They just need to lower the price of the food and the drink. But that's how they get their money. That's how they sucker you in. But no, I don't think cinemas are going anywhere. They struggled back in the 80s when VHS came out, you know, even my local cinema closed and everybody had latched onto VHS and that, but cinema still survived. So I don't think they're going anywhere anytime soon. And you can take me to the bank on that. Doctor Who's Magical Entertainment says, will you be picking up Black Adam? I've already got the steelbook for it, yes. Oh, wow. Yes, can you imagine that? Can you imagine the holodeck from Star Trek in a room, in your room? Would that ever happen? I think that probably could happen one day, maybe. We might be talking a couple of 100 years. Wow. What would you create, though? Where would you go? What would you like to recreate? Well, I'll tell you what, if that did happen, airlines would be out of business because nobody would need to go away on holiday. I just program it and say something like, I don't know, Alexa, take me to Florida.
Sorry, I couldn't find a route between your locations.
Yeah, I should think so. Luke says Darth Maul was going to be in Obi-Wan Kenobi, but he posted his wife cheating on him, so they didn't want him in it. Okay, right. That's it. Yeah, David says they used to do IMAX Wildlife Blu-rays. Yeah, I remember seeing some of them in some of the charity shops. Dominic says, how long did you get stuck in traffic? No longer than 2.5 hours. Wasn't too bad. Butts Unplugged says, DVDs to cold 4Ks to hot Blu-rays, just right. Last Chance Ches says, I went to see Avatar 2 twice at the cinema in its first week, both times in 4DX. That was an amazing experience. I've wanted to try 4DX. My local Cineworld has both the IMAX, a 4DX and a Screen X as well. I was going to see Top Gun in Screen X, but then I found out that it's not the entire film that's filmed around you, you know, that's shown on the projectors. It's just certain scenes, and that kind of threw me out. I think it would throw me out of the movie a little bit. 4DX I've always worried a bit about because I've heard from some people at work that they woke up with a sore neck or a bad back, you know, depending on the film that you go and see. It could be a good experience because I remember the rides in Florida, going on all sorts of motion simulator rides and things like that. I know my work colleague's son, or his partner's son, went to see a film. It might have been Top Gun in 4DX, and he took a drink in. And where do you think the drink went? Everywhere. There is a sign, as far as I remember, there's a sign outside the cinema saying no drinks are allowed. Doctor Who's Magical Entertainment. Can I see your Black Adam steelbook? Yeah, I showed that earlier on. Let me just grab it for you. Ba, 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 ba. There we go. Black Adam. It's the HMV exclusive. I will be uploading an unboxing for that. I have already filmed it, but I haven't uploaded it yet. Valon Da Vinci. Hello. Sound like an artist. What's the rarest Blu-ray you own that would be the most difficult to find today? Good question. I'll tell you what, I wish I could stretch my arms without moving the camera. But I don't want to just move everything over the way. It's not so much one Blu-ray, it's a box set. It's the Sons of Anarchy collection, but it is the table, you know, the table that they all sat at. It's a massive, like a box that you open the lid up and it's got all the Blu-rays inside. I think it goes for probably, I don't know, between £200 and £300 in some places. But I've only ever seen like a very few being sold on eBay. I think that probably be one of my most difficult ones to get hold of, as well as the I think it's the Everything Blue Mummy Steelbook box set, the Book of the Dead. I think they're quite tricky to get hold of as well. Matthew says, ask Alexa what happens if I don't get any favourite from a different person. Any favourite what? Have you what? Washed your knackers in the Daisy Ridley wash? No, it's purely for display. Luke says Star Trek Picard season 3 is out on February the 18th. Any thoughts on it? I think it's going to be the best season, definitely. I think they're going to go out on a bang. And it's great to have all these cast coming back, you know, all the ones that I never thought we'd see back. You know, we've got Beverly coming back, Beverly Crusher. We've got Worf coming back, and Geordie, and it's not Geordie's daughter or daughters, and Law as well. So that's going to be very interesting. I'm really looking forward to it. So I think maybe the writers and the producers had heard that a few people weren't happy with, not boring, but how slow the second season was after the first episode, and that it wasn't as successful as they thought it was. But I think they're just going to do a full action series. It's going to be I think it's going to be a corker. A corker, I tell ya. Yes. Stephen says, it's just that Disney Plus are releasing a lot of their Marvel movies in IMAX. I thought they'd maybe do them on DVD too. No, I think the IMAX ratio, I think enhanced, is just for the streaming, just for Disney Plus. It's kind of like an invitation, isn't it? You know, why do you own the Blu-ray and the 4K? We've got IMAX enhanced. Come and join us. Sounds like the Palpatine, doesn't it, or something? Yeah. I think that's one of their attractions. So I don't know if we'll ever see IMAX enhanced Blu-ray releases or 4K releases. Probably not. Probably be a Disney Plus exclusive. Imagine being a part of your favourite movie on a holodeck. Yeah. Probably what I would on the holodeck. Funnily enough, it's really strange. It's really weird that if I had a holodeck, I'd probably want to go onto the Enterprise D bridge. So I'll probably walk down the corridor then and get into another holodeck. Or walk around the promenade in Star Trek Deep Space Nine. That would be something. Whoa. Yeah, I'd love to do that. Go and visit Garrick and his clothiers and go and annoy Quark and that. Do you think Avatar 2 is going to have a steelbook? Yeah, I think it's a dead cert there'll be a steelbook for it. If not here, then there will be, you know, Best Buy and other places around the world. Disney used to release the IMAX scenes on the 3D discs. I vaguely remember that. Do you know that Avatar 3 is going to be 9 hours long? That's what I heard. Whether it's going to really happen, because it would be a turn-off for a lot of people going to the cinema, because nobody is going to want to sit in a cinema for 9 hours. Absolutely. You're not going to get the average Joe, or you're not going to get someone that's been working 5 days a week and they want to go to the cinema on Saturday. They're not going to spend 9 hours in a cinema. So whether or not it's true, I don't know, but I think that will be trimmed right down. I also think that Avatar 2 has an extended cut. So there's probably like a 4.5 hour version of Avatar 2 that they will eventually release. Scotty's Movies is here. Hello, mate. Had some 90s cheese delivered today in barbed wire. Couple of reasons why. Barbed wire. Wow. Haven't seen that for a long time. Matt H says, how's the weight loss going? It's going really well. Thank you for asking, mate. I've now lost 2 stone since October. Really happy with that. And sometimes it's difficult to say what is 2 stone, because I know we all work with different measurements, and it even confused the nurses because they work with kilos, but I've always worked with stones and pounds. It's 28 pounds, or the best way to look at it, I believe it's 6 bags of sugar. Hang on. No, it's 12 kilos, I believe. So that's 6 bags of sugar. So that's pretty good. And I'm still going. Still going. Oh, yes. Michael Myers Halloween, the Super Mario Brothers movie, April the 7th, 2023. And Cocaine Bear. Yeah, that looks fun. That looks fun, that does. Adam Charles is here. Hello. Favourite Leslie Nielsen movie? Oh, Forbidden Planet, I think. I think probably Forbidden Planet. Although Naked Gun is a very hilarious film. Dominic says, do you have the Guardians of the Galaxy Blue Fans box set? Yes, I do. And Guardians 2 Blue Fans box set as well. Luke says Avatar 4 is going to be 14 hours. Oh, jeez. Can you imagine that if it was? Harry says, haven't seen Fruitvale Station. It looks interesting. It's got Michael B. Jordan in, so definitely worth checking that one out. But hopefully I'll be watching that in the next couple of days. Doctor Who's Magical Entertainment. Do you own any Roald Dahl films on Blu-ray? If so, will you be picking up the new Matilda film? I probably won't, because it's a musical with kids, and I don't really go for musicals with kids. You know, they get really annoying. It's like, I know a song that will get on your tits sort of thing. But Roald Dahl films, I don't know. Possibly. You have to name a couple. One Real Nerd says, I have an IMAX enhanced projector. Sony is a great line. Plug in Sony. Why not? Kel says, I have Will Smith's Aladdin 4K Steelbook, if you would like it. I don't want it as I only like the animated one. I didn't know. Can't even remember what the Steelbook looks like, but if you don't want it, I'll gladly accept it. Yeah, thank you. Just get in contact with me. I'm just trying to remember what it looked like. I can't remember what it looked like now. By the way, David Tennant's in the room. That's right, the Doctor himself. Butts Unplug uses stones and pounds. I know. I can't get used to all this kilo stuff. I go in the doctor's surgery and she says, how much do you weigh? And I say, whatever, stone and pounds. She goes, what's that in kilos? I don't know. David Tennant says, hello, everybody in the chat. Michael Myers says, John Wick Chapter 4. That is a definite yes. Looking forward to that one. Buzz Unplugged says, if you could be in any movie, what would it be? Or I don't want to be in a movie where I could possibly be killed or maimed. Or put in danger. Oh, dear me. What could I go in? What would I like to be in? See, even saying Star Trek, a Klingon bird of prey could decloak and blow me up while I'm walking around the corridors. I really don't know. That's something to have a real think about. Tricky one. MCR Aviation, hello. Is your bluesy? Sean Barbara, hello, says, have you pre-ordered The Walking Dead season 11? I didn't know that it was up for pre-order because I'm waiting for the Jock Steelbook. but I didn't know that they'd actually announced a date or anything. Yes, hopefully my Blu-ray video will be up within the next 2 hours at least. Last Chance Ches says, only musical with kids in I enjoy watching is Bugsy Malone. That's a great film, yes. Picked up the Blu-ray in my local CEX just after Christmas. Always watched it on TV, so it was a definite pickup. Yeah, that's a really good film. Will Smith, aka Slap Happy. Who do you think I am? Because I'm not Doctor Who. Yeah. Well, look at that little picture. Is that David Tennant? Is that actually the Doctor? Yeah. Steve says, how are Lulu and Claire? Are they joining you for John Wick 4? They will be. We're going to arrange that so that we'll go and see that together. They are doing well. I think Claire was a little bit ill over Christmas. But other than that, yeah, all doing well. Matthew says, what are your thoughts on the TVA being involved with Deadpool 3? What's TVA? Hang on a minute. I've got to think of what TVA is now. What's the TVA? Am I missing something? TVA. You'll have to remind me what TVA is. Where's the comments gone? Where's the comments? Don't lose the comments. Matt says, did you watch the Second Sight Drive 4K? Transfer is amazing and quality movie as well. I love the film, mate. It's a great film. I didn't pick up the 4K, but I really want to, as long as it comes with a slipcover. Yeah, it is a film that I've only seen once, but I really want it in the collection. So hopefully at one point it might be in the 2 for 24 or the 2 for 30 HMV. Doctor Who's Magical Entertainment, Willy Wonka, Charlie, The Witches, BFG, James and the Giant Peach, fantastic, Mr. Fox, ECO Trot. What's that? I've never heard of that one. Matilda, Roald Dahl films. So yeah, all of the Willy Wonka and the Charlie and the Factory and the BFG and all that kind of stuff. James and the Giant Peach, I've seen all of those and that. I haven't seen Fantastic Mr. Fox yet though. And I haven't seen The Witches. I have seen 28 Days and 28 Weeks Later. I always thought there'd be a third film, maybe like 28 months later or maybe 28 years later. But we never got that. Adam says, still waiting on a Buffy the Vampire Slayer Blu-ray box set. Make it happen, Pauly. Yes. A Buffy box set and an Angel box set. 2 box sets. Well, I don't know about box sets, but Blu-rays that I have heard that they are doing. There is a Babylon 5 Blu-ray box set that's coming out sometime this year. I saw that on a German forum. They've been working on it for a couple of years now, enhancing the special effects and everything. There's also lots of talk of Deep Space Nine, Star Trek Deep Space Nine coming out on Blu-ray as well, having the same treatment that the Next Generation did. So just have to keep looking. But they are 2 pretty positive releases that I've been reading about. Matt says, how are things with the health, mate? I did see you've been unwell. Yeah, stomach problems like for the last 2 years, to be perfectly honest, and through the pandemic. And I went into hospital. And since I've been out, I get a bit of wood to touch. That'll do. Since I've been out, it's been good. I think my blood pressure has peaked at the right level now. It's dropped down because I was getting hypertension. I was thinking just hypertension, high blood pressure. My stomach cramps have actually disappeared. I don't want to talk too soon, but I think that stint in the hospital did me the world of good. I know you wouldn't normally say that. I'm glad I went to hospital because it was determined that I had an infection. I had a pretty nasty infection, and that was part of the reason why all the crap was happening. So I was on antibiotics for a couple of days. They put me on a drip overnight. A drip on a drip, I know. But it really did me the world of good. Plus, I'm doing a lot more exercise, a lot more walking now. So it's all helping. This horrible cold weather, I mean, it's going to be like -5 or some shit tonight. I'm really looking forward to the spring, where the weather's warmer and I can just get out, walk along my seafront, Dover seafront, get some nice sea air. There's a nice seafood stall along the seafront, you know, so get some, not whelks, get some prawns and some, you know, all sorts of fresh fish and all that. That's what I miss. I haven't done that for about a year. But all's going well, so thank you very much, Matt, for asking. But yeah, all's going well so far. Oh, TVA from Loki. Yes. Yeah, I was thinking I am familiar with the TVA. I have heard that before, but then I couldn't remember what it was. Yeah. But some plug says I don't like CX because they have fake movie and game covers. Yeah. That's why I always been a bit dodgy about ordering them online, because you never know if you're going to get a genuine cover or not. So I think for a title that you want, it's probably best to try and seek out a store near you that maybe have it, or get someone that you know to check in a store. Oh, thank you very much, Kel. I really appreciate that. Yeah, contact me on Instagram or Messenger. Sam says Oscar nominations are out for next week. Anything you're hoping for? I'm hoping Austin Butler gets Best Actor. Whether he will or not, I don't know. There are a few Oscar contenders for Best Film that I've not actually seen, so I can't comment on those. Ben's Movies is here. Hello, Ben's. Ben's? He's round the Ben's. What's your favourite movie of 2022? I did a countdown on that. It's Top Gun Maverick. Yeah, absolutely. I have not seen Rise of the Foot Soldier. No. Gary Spider Mancini. Hello. What's the first horror movie you remember seeing at the cinema? And were you the correct age to see it or not? I managed to get to see many films way before I was 18. No. I never went to see a horror film at the cinema before I was 18. It was probably maybe Scream. Maybe was the first horror-ish film I saw at the cinema. I did see Salem's Lot though when I was younger at home, and that scared me. But some plug says, I remember you doing videos from the hospital. I did a live stream, didn't I? I was so bored. I did a live stream that first time in hospital. Yes, Paul Robinson is here. No, the other one. Are you going to get The Abyss on Blu-ray and 4K? First, 4K, absolutely. Flipping Norma, yes, definitely. Sean Barber says, it could be worse. I was in intensive care in September with severe pancreatitis. I was given a 50-50 chance of survival. Still not right, but here's hoping. Wow. Flipping Nora. Wow, you're here. That's the main thing. Last Chance Chess says, have you seen Phil Tippett's movie Mad Dog on Shudder? I've been thinking about picking up the Blu-ray. 30 years it took to make. I absolutely love its design. No, I haven't seen it. I've heard about it though, but I've heard some really bad things about it as well, that it's terrible. But it's all subjective, isn't it? Butts Unplugged says, is there any movie you want that isn't available on Blu-ray or 4K? Well, yeah, The Abyss, of course, a proper version of True Lies, an official version, which apparently is coming, and also a proper release of M. Night Shyamalan's The Village, you know, because it is available on bootleg, which is a good copy. It's a really good copy, but I would like an official one. I believe that is the only M. Night Shyamalan movie that is not on Blu-ray. Everything else is on Blu-ray. It's probably something to do with studio rights or something like that. Matthew says, what are your thoughts on Alfred Molina returning as Doc Ock in Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 4? Why not? Let's bring him back. It was great to see him in the last one. Nokatura says, is there a place to buy Blu-ray slipcovers? Yeah, you could. I mean, eBay is probably the best place. You know, people that are not interested in the slipcovers, they actually sell them on. So you could pick up a slipcover for £3 or £4. And sometimes, you know, there's people selling entire collections of slipcovers. So that's probably the best place to go. Matt says, have you seen or got Terrifier 2? I have. I got the double pack, but I haven't seen either yet. I think probably I should see the first film first, even though apparently it's not as good as the second one. Luke says, have you heard that Disney Plus are thinking of buying DC? Well, why not? Disney own everything else. Disney, owners of planet Earth. Glad you're back on your feet, mate, and getting the exercise in. It's what I needed. It's what I needed. Yeah. Yes. Dominic says, do you have a target weight loss? I'm just taking it step by step. So I'm just aiming like, right, let's aim for 5 stone off for starters, and then we'll go from there. Yeah. I'm not setting an end goal site, because there might be struggles along the way, or it might be too far off in the distance, but we're going in the right direction. That's the main thing. Butts Unplugged picked up slip covers from eBay. Yes. Yeah, I've picked up a couple from eBay as well. There's also a few people on Instagram, I think, that actually make slip covers as well, custom slip covers. I got one for No Time to Die, because, you know, the slipcover didn't match the rest of the Bond 4K, so he made me one of those. Matthew says, have you seen Black Hair from a Grey Haircut? You're not going to tell me that's a film. It's not a film, is it? Bully Maguire says, are you going to get the Shrek 2 4K Steelbook? Probably not, because I don't own Shrek Steelbook. I've got the Shrek Blu-ray set, which is the whole affair or the whole story. I think it's called the whole story or the whole fairy tale. So that'll do me, unless they do a 4K box set with all of them in. And Matt H says, when are you going to meet Jamie again? Hopefully in a couple of months, maybe April or May. We're trying to set something up where we have the next big Blue Tuber meeting, you know, like the one we had in Birmingham. So I'm really hoping that we can get everybody together. We got, you know, Pete, Kermit's Ghost, Carl, maybe Movie Bug, anybody that can kind of like come to the area. I know James Jim Jam has come down from Dudley down to see Jamie before, and I think we're kind of hoping or aiming that this meetup is going to be maybe in Brighton, because that's got a really big HMV, and it's one of the HMVs that have got full media. You know, it's not one of these retro HMVs. Plus there'll also be, I think, down that way, Forbidden Planet and all other shops and CEXs. So, yeah, really hoping that we're going to be able to pull that off. Hopefully aiming for some time around April, around Jamie's 40th birthday, so we can give him the bumps. Yeah. Luke says, I have to go now, mate. Match is starting in 1 hour and 45 minutes, and I'm watching the film. So talk to you soon. Okay, thanks, Luke. Thanks for popping on. And yeah, speak to you soon. Yeah, we've got about 6 minutes left on the stream. I think we've got 72 people. Wow, 72 people in the stream. That's amazing. You know, on a weekday for 10 to 6 or 5 to 6 rather. You watch the numbers drop now. Yeah, because I've got 8% battery left on the iPad. So otherwise, I'm going to be squinting, looking at looking at the comments. That's another thing, health-wise. I haven't had my eyes tested in 9 years, which is stupid. I've got to admit that I never bothered going to the opticians because I never had eye strain, headaches. My vision has always been okay. And I figured everything that happened with the hospital and getting a little bit of blurry vision. So I figured, go and do it. Get your eyes tested. It doesn't cost anything. And yeah, I had my eyes tested and my reading, my close-up reading prescription has changed. So probably on the next Blu-ray hunt or just before, you will see me with new glasses. Yes, and I've gone for a different style. Yes, it's kind of like it's more like Michael Caine. So they're going to be like black rims. Yeah, might make me look a bit weird, but I don't care. I decided to go for a new style. So yeah, I've got to pick them up once I get a notice from Tesco's that they've been delivered to the store. Black unsweetened tea is meant to be good for weight loss, so I've heard. Probably, yeah. Thing is, I don't like tea, black tea. Black tea is very dry to me, even though it's wet. I have never heard black hair from a grey haircut. I've never heard that film before. George Condi's here. Hello, George. Dominic says, what TV shows are you watching at the moment? I'm watching The Last of Us, like a lot of people. I've just started the final season of Servant, the M. Night Shyamalan series, which is really good. I finished watching 1899, the Strange series set on board a ocean liner, a bit like the Titanic. That was a bit of a weird one, but apparently that's been cancelled now. Damn it. Yeah, I'm also watching the final season of Shameless, the US series. 1923 with Harrison Ford, the Yellowstone prequel. What else am I watching? Tulsa King with Stallone, although that's finished now. So yes, quite a few shows, but I'm always looking for new stuff to watch as well. Ben's Movie says, it was your channel that inspired me to start mine. Oh, awesome. That's cool. Last Chance Chess says, I have a big collector's edition of Terrifier 2 that's coming from Australia. I thought it was cool that it includes the first one on VHS as well as a Blu-ray for both. Exchange rate meant it was £86. I hope you're not going to get clamoured from customs and dutying, because I know sometimes you can get end up having like a £30 customs bill. Matt says, have you played Grand Football yet? No. Will you be picking up Training Day 4K? I probably will be. Yeah, that's the one. 1889. Yes, strange series, but enjoyable. I have not seen the menu. I've been humming and hawing about that one. I've heard good things, but I've also heard bad things, that it's boring. But I'm going to watch it for myself, make my mind up. So, for making your mind up. Oh, dear me. That's my Bucks Fizz coming out from the 80s. Ben says, when is your shop vlog going to be on? Hopefully within the hour. Yellowstone is unreal. Not enough UK blue tubers talking about it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, 5 seasons now, I think. I'm way behind. I'm still on the first series, but I've seen all of 1883, which I loved, the prequel. 1923, I'm loving that as well. I am really enjoying Yellowstone. It's taking a bit more time to get into than the other ones did. But the daughter's really annoying. She's a really annoying woman. So I'm hoping she gets a bit better. Legend Lewis is here. Oh dear. Legend Lewis, we're just about to finish in a minute, but I'm glad you're here, mate, at the end. Didn't expect to see you on tonight. What a surprise. Just got back from college and I'm knackered. Oh, dear. Well, you can put your feet up and watch a bit of telly. Yes, The Rig, I'm watching that as well. That's good. Really enjoying it. Lewis Rampage has finally started Game of Thrones this week. 6 episodes in. It's good, but expecting it to get better as the seasons go on. It gets better. Oh, my God, does it get better. Is Paramount Plus 4K yet? I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure it's not. Yeah, Tim McGraw, Faith Hill. What a great double act. I mean, I've seen Tim act before. I've never really seen Faith act in anything, but she was fantastic. Both of them were fantastic together. I'm also watching George and Tammy at the moment. George Jones and Tammy Wynette with Michael Shannon. Really good series at the moment. That's really good. Butts Unplugged says bye bye Butts. Bye bye Butts. Fantastic. Well, I think that's about it. We'll call it a day now. I could go on and on and on for a couple of hours, but you 75 lovely people still watching. But 6% battery left on the iPad. Plus, I'm going to go downstairs, have some tea, and have my tablets as well for my blood thinners and all that kind of stuff. Can't not have those. But anyway, thank you everybody for popping onto this impromptu stream. I'm going to be doing more of these every now and again, you know, because I only tend to do my streams every 2 weeks on a Sunday when I'm off from work. But you know, if I've got an hour and a half spare during the weekdays, then I'm just gonna throw it in. Just throw it in, yeah. So anyway, so thank you everybody for popping along, having a chat with me, and I'll see you all again on the next chat very soon. Oh, look, hang on. Let's just end on Jamie. Hello, Jamie. Bye, Jamie. Thanks, everyone. See you soon.